Aubrie, Ms. Linda here with an answer to your question about this vertex form of a quadratic. This is a very common question in algebra. So your question is talking about a particular equation. Let me go ahead and switch to full video mode so I can show you what I've written out. Okay, so your question is about y equals 1/2 x minus 2 squared. And it's a quadratic, and it's in the vertex form of the equation. I went ahead and wrote down the general form of the vertex form below it. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, because we'll be able to talk about it in terms of this question. So your first question for this particular quadratic is, what direction does the graph open? Okay, so first off, because it has a positive a value, you automatically know if you have a positive value for your quadratic in the a value position right here, the coefficient, then it is opening upwards. So that means that your quadratic, it has, that typical U-shaped curve. It's opening upwards. And if it's opening upwards, in answer to your question of does it have a maximum or a minimum, this question's going to have a minimum. Anytime you have a graph that opens upwards, it's going to have a minimum on it. The next question is, what is the vertex? So based on vertex form, we know that the x value for your vertex is going to be a positive 2. This is because the generic form, as we noticed, always has the minus sign right there in it already. So you have a positive 2 for your x value of the vertex. And for the y value, it would be whatever this number is in your generic form, which right here, there's nothing. So it's really like a +0 that's happening. So you have 0 for the y value of the coordinate. So that's your vertex, 2, 0, that coordinate. The next question you asked is, how does the width compare to the parent graph? And finally, the last question is, what are the solutions? So to answer both of those things, I actually want to go ahead and share my screen so we can look at Desmos, which is basically the graphing calculator that's free that you can use online. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So share screen. Let's see. All right, so here is my Desmos screen. We're going to go ahead and enter in the equation that you asked for, which is y equals 1/2 x minus 2 squared. And this is what it looks like. We can tell right away that the solution happens to be the same thing as the vertex because it's where your quadratic crosses or touches the x-axis, and it's right here at 2, 0. And to answer the question about how it compares to your parent graph, in Desmos, which is why I love this, you can go ahead and enter in another equation to overlay on it. This is the original quadratic parent function, y equals x squared. So you can tell that our red one, which is the graph that you've given us with this a value of 1/2, it is wider in width than the blue one. So that is an answer to your question. And I hope this was helpful. Feel free to schedule an online tutoring session with me, Ms. Linda, if you have more questions. Take care.